Hello everyone, and welcome back to episode number 39 of FTB Infinity Skyblock. Last episode we did some jigamabob down here in our Formcraft area where we set up the good old automation for the alchemical constructs to get ourselves some nitor and also some other stuff. I taught the system between the episodes the white metal ingots and the white seed, and of course we taught him already some formium and some nitor. What I also did between the episodes, dump all our stuff in here, which I didn't do that far away or long ago, so it's still cruising along with all the different aspects. We still have some more of the primal aspects, so like Terra, Aqua, Perdicio, Alienis. Alienis. We need some more Alienis in our system, not the Exanimus, just Alienis. Yeah, pretty nice. I was actually thinking, where did all my Alienis go? Because Alienis is needed for the Void Seeds. Where is it? Void Seeds, Alienis, Tenebra, and also the Vacus. We have a pattern in here with 1 Ender Pearl, 4 chests, 2 seeds, and 16 mushrooms. Give us all the stuff that we need. The Ender Pearl gives us the Alienis. Somewhere? Nope. Well. And the mushrooms gives the Tenebra and also some fire aspects and some other stuff. And then we have the white metal ingot, and we use 14 nuggets to get the metallum out of it. So pretty easy, just teaching our system that. And this chest here is basically everything that we want to dump into our system. Just throw it in here, or we could also do it in here, but since this one was pretty much full and also we had loads more essences in here, well, I made a second chest. Let's put some more Alienis in this. Yeah, there you go. And on the back side here I set another Essentia export bus for really arbor, because of the chests. They have plenty of arbor up there, and I was extremely busy fencing up our stuff. Well, not really fencing up, but doing a little bit of cleanup work, and also making this contraption here for the good old Elementum, which of course dumps directly into these chests. Pretty easy made. Whoa, whoa. Oh, yeah. And I also made an upgrade, the Draconic Helm, chestplate, and leggings and boots, because the crafting of Draconic stuff is now finally working. But I have to show you guys and girls this probably in the second part of the video. First, let's see. Well, Elementum gets dumped in here. Of course, at the beginning there was coal in there, still in there, because we haven't used all the Elementum except from in here. And in here we have dumping chiseled sandstone, and in here we have coal for fire and potentia aspect, and the chiseled sandstone for the for the precantatio aspect. And of course our Terra and our precantatio get sucked directly into our system, which is pretty awesome. So we have, or we should have, plenty of the precantatio, yeah, 533, and in case we are crafting stuff with precantatio, it's always refilling it, so probably we will get too much later on, but well, we should actually do some aurum also. But have a little looky down here, we are almost full on channels, 31 channels available, which means we need some more of the good old cables and peer-to-peer networks over here. But today we are leaving all this Formcraft stuff behind, and we are going to clean up a little bit this whole mess over here, because we need loads more mana. Believe me, the Terra Steel is just crazy. It needs at least 1 pool of mana, so I used loads of mana. But since this setup over here is not bad, but not good either, well, we have to do something. And for that, we are going to first open the portal to Alfheim. Yes. And then we will also take a look on how to automate it. No, this is mana pool. That's not what I wanted. Alfheim, portal, bam. And let's visualize everything. And I exactly want this to be here. Bam. Right click and he places the phantom blocks, and now we can start do our crazy thing. First of all, let's get our living wood out of the way. Whoop, whoop. And nope, that's not what I wanted. Not a sword. Don't break wood with a sword. Where's my hatchet? There you are. And of course I really. So you, and then we also need some glimmering wood. Bam. Another one here, and some more glimmering wood there, and glimmering. And then you can go here. Now I'm not really sure if he is accepting the living wood as the corner pieces, because normally you leave them empty, and my heart is always getting completely jumpy when I fall down, because it happened that I died. Yeah. Because, well, I changed into my armor, then I broke something, and I was, yeah, let's what, and luckily I fell down into my death onto our platform, so not that much. But believe me, it was a complete heart attack for me, as usual. So down here we have our Elven Gateway Core. We need, nope, not you, 2 mana pools, one over here and one over here. And I prepared also some mana tablets. So let's throw 2 in here and also 2 in here. You and you. Awesome. As soon as they filled up, we can place down our Natura pylons, and believe me, they are extremely expensive. Yeah. Terra Steel, ingots, and of course the mana pylons, which are not that expensive. But the Elven Gateway Core is also pretty expensive and crafting intensive. And that's also why I made this contraption down here a few episodes ago, because of the crafting and burning down all the stuff. And let's have a little look, you see, at our draconic armor. While you should be, are you full? Yeah, you look like, yeah, you are full. Awesome. Also you, awesome. Now Natura pylon, bam, and structure complete. Now we would be able to just right click on the Elven Gateway Core, but before we do that, we are going to do some automation, of course, because it would be not me if we don't do any automation. So let's get a dropper. Really? I thought I made one, but apparently not. Dropper. Then what else do we need? We need an interface. We are going to need also a crafting card. Nope, not you. We are going to need a level emitter. Timer. And what else? Probably not that much. Some cables, of course. Cables. Thank you. And of course a vacuum chest. That's what I forgot. Vacuum chest, then done. And a filter. Basic filter, because they can't, or he cannot accept any other thing than that. So let's see, the dropper can, do I have some blocks with me? Of course not. Let's get a bit of cobblestone so that we have some stuff where we can place stuff. So you, and if we do you here, you are dropping down. Yeah, no, that's not what I want. And if I do you here, yes, awesome. Is my magnet off? Nope. But probably some of the... Yeah, you probably are. Yep, you are doing that. So now our dropper needs, of course, something where he gets the timing. So, of course, that's why we have this timer over here. And my screwdriver is probably in the thingy. Let's see. Screwdriver. Let's face him correctly. No, out. Perfect. Over here, we will place down a cable. Which should be that one here with our good old level emitter. Ooh. That... Should we not care about that? Probably we shouldn't. Because now I remember why I didn't want to do it with the level emitter. Because, well, we would need loads of level emitter for stuff that we are going to throw through there. So let's see, you are doing that. Awesome. And our screwdriver should face you in the correct position. And if we do that, yes, you are dropping stuff. Awesome. But of course you're dropping it now into the void. So please stop. And this one here we probably should... Yeah. Or should we do it? Sound muffler. What's involved? Note block. Yeah, not that bad. Let's make a sound muffler because I'm already going completely crazy with that. Sound muffler and note block with you. Awesome. Sound muffler over there so that we don't hear that clicking noise nonsense. Oh. Awesome. Yeah, we have it a little bit, but, well, not that much. So let's place an interface right there. And of course you are going to be to set up so that you drop it into that, and as soon as you drop it in there, you should drop it through our portal. Now you just need a connection to our system, which can go down here. Looks pretty ugly, but well, that's that. And down here I already prepared a little bit of an area, because we are going to need that for our next step in mana genning. So you can be that. Yeah, why not? Okay, now we should have plenty of channels available down here. If I'm not mistaken, 14, yeah, not even half done. So, of course, we are also going to need a vacuum chest, which will be right in the center position. Yeah, that seems nice. Right here, with, of course, filter, and the range should be fine, probably. Let's see if we should also close this one here up, because otherwise we are going to lose stuff, but I don't think so. Let's just really quick do this a little bit in an ugly way, because, well, I don't think we will ever go back here as soon as we have this set up. So now that we have that, we just need to activate it. Oh, well, no. So let's get some warp item ducts. And, yeah. Let's change this around a little bit. You, my dear sound muffler, come with me. And also you. And of course everything. Yeah, you get sucked into there. Where is my timer? There you are. So let's place our sound muffler right here. Nope. One down. With you, and you, and can I place the timer up there? Please tell me. Yes, I can. Awesome. So you and that come to me because our interface will now be on top. Zip. And you can go around here. Perfect. Actually, what would be probably better, going this straight down there. Yeah, we'll do the cabling later. Now, let's see. You need to face down, please. Awesome. And you need to be, again, array 0.2 seconds. And the warp stuff can go up here. Nope. But here. And here. And let's place a tesseract. Why not? Because we have extremely a lot of tesseracts. Or stuff available to make them also. So tesseract and a servo. We don't have any left, so let's get one. There, that, and active. Awesome. You should get that cobblestone in here and then away. Awesome. So now we don't tesseract. Let's place it right on top. You are already configured to do the thing. Nice, nice, nice. TJ, well, we don't care because we are running not on a server anymore. Well, on a server, but just locally. So let's have a little looky see. You are activated. Awesome. Now, first of all, let's throw you in there. And we should have, yes, Elven Guard. Awesome. So if you maybe want to know the stuff, you should read that. It's pretty interesting. But what we now actually want to do is the Kakimurus. Yes, we are going to make cakes. Cakes like crazy. For that we need the Rune of Gluttony, which I already prepared, but also the Pixie Dust. Pixie Dust is mana pearls. Ooh, you are still not. Yeah, that's why we need new. So let's get a few ender pearls. Let's get some diamonds. And some refined iron stuff. Yeah, awesome. Now you should be full here. Almost, but we should be doable. You, let's do half a stack. And half a stack. How many? Yeah, we can do another half stack of that. Awesome. And also let's do you. Why not? And some more ender pearls. Just because. You. Half a stack. Nice. So now you are active with signal for now, because otherwise, so you and you and you. Two of you. Right. Now we can set you to that and that and that. Which means now if we do you always active and throw you in there. Yeah, let's get our magnet off. Which means now we should be done. Let's see if we throw that in there. How much? Pixie 32. Awesome. Let's throw you in there. And now we should also get our dragon stones. Maybe. Yeah, they are coming in. Awesome. There seems to be a little bit more delay than I remember. But that's not a problem because it's working perfectly. So if we throw you in there, we should also get our Elementium. Let's see, Elementium. We got one. And yes, awesome. Working perfectly. Now we just have to teach our system how to do the stuff. But before we do that, we are going to craft a few things, which would be the Kakimurus, which was the Gluttony and 4 Pixie Dust. So Gluttony and Pixie Dust for pieces. We are going to need some seeds, 4 pieces, and then some white petals. We need 16. And what was the other ones? Kakimurus, orange and brown ones. Orange and brown. Perfect. Now let's craft this. Yo, 2, 2, 2, and you. Awesome. And probably you should be here. And of course I got too much petals. Because it's not 4, it's 2 per piece. Yeah. So you, bam, 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 are away. Awesome. So can we craft cake? Yes, we can. How much? How are we doing for X? Yeah. I probably forgot completely to hook up our X system over there. But because we also are needing some feathers, we will probably get next episode into some auto crafting of feathers, chicken and stuff. Yeah, I have already an idea in my head. But right now we are going to need some formation planes, 4 pieces. We are wanting some spreaders, but of course the good ones. Ooh, I forgot about the dreamwood. That was living wood, right? Yeah, living wood. So let's get some living wood. Nope, I didn't want to collect the coal. Yeah, but it's done. So that's that. You in there. And now we should also get some living wood soon. I probably should also put my thing on. So what's with the living wood? Yeah, there you are. Awesome. And of course you are sucking up also living wood. And if I do that, you are, yes, perfect. It's working awesome. Awesomely, not awesome, yeah. So that, and let's teach our system how to make them. As you can see, we are almost full again on stuff. So yeah. Spread on my question. Yeah, let's make 4 for now, just to be safe. Because I'm not sure how fast this one is transferring, and also this one, if it's enough. 1-to-1 ratio should be plenty enough. We are also going to need an interface. Bam, bam. And with the interface, no, we need another interface. Yeah. No, actually not. An export bus. Which we should have, because I remember making loads of them. Yeah. Crafting card and cake. Cakey cake. Ooh, quartz fiber. Yeah. You can go away, you can go away, and all the rest should be needed. Awesome. Let's jump down. And let's see how we are going to set this up. Kekimuras. Ooh, we need some dirt. Or should we make? Yeah. Let's make the floating Kekimuras. It's always nice to have those. So how about flowers? Yeah. Not that many available. But exactly 4. Which is awesome. Exactly how many we need. Nice. Pasture seeds? Nope. But of course you can't do it because, well, you have no mana in here. Yeah. Let's really quick do it manually. And afterwards we don't have to do anything manually anymore. Probably. Hopefully. So you with you and some dirtage. Nah, of course. We need some glowstone to transform you into the appropriate glimmering flowers. Done that with that, and where's my dirt? Yeah, I throw it in there. Awesome. That done. Kekimuras. Oh, nice. And the next one. Awesome. So, let's see. Whoa, you have a really big radius on munching down stuff. Really big. Kidding me? Why? Is there appetite? No. Okay, that means actually we can place 4 pieces here. And where is our mana? Spreaders, let's see. You to that, you to that, you to that, and you to there. Now everything should be set up perfectly. Of course, we are going to need a mana pool here, and that will be, and we need to make a 5th. Yeah, we need to make that, otherwise craziness will happen. Spark up there, and you guys are all going to be set to this one here. Awesome. So if we have a 5th one here, bam, done. Awesome. But that will be done between the episodes. So formation plane with cables can also be set up right here. Bam. With our interface right there. Now the big question. Kekimuras. No, cake. Let's make 10. We should have stuff. Yeah, X also available. So, you need also quartz fiber somewhere. Let's do that right on top. Just because we should have a connection here. Awesome. So if we throw cake in there. Awesome. Ooh, and you are not eating when you are not... Ooh, nice. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Munch, 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 munch. So we can just auto-export into here, and he then will do his thing. So let's see. All of you are producing like crazy, and you spreader are also keeping up, which is nice. So how much? Yeah, a good amount of mana. We just now need to auto export you. And where is my white line? It's over here. So you to there to here and cake. Cake, cake, cake. Of course you are doing that. Export. And if we throw some cake in there. Awesome. Ooh, you know what we should do? Get some cobblestone. Get one cake back. Really? See, there is something wrong with the trophy system because I'm getting cheat spawned trophies from somewhere all the place. Also, when I show you guys in those next episodes the auto crafting of the draconium stuff, there was loads of cheat spawned trophies from the ranch, which really, are you kidding me? Exactly like here. Yeah. Don't ask me what is going on right here, but they just are kind of crazy all over the place. And don't ask me why, because you saw me, I didn't cheat anything in here. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. So now that we have that, let's see, you actually can also not trophy. So I know. Yep, there is no trophy for that stuff. So, well, you could probably search for the item ID and give it to you via that, but, well. So, now that we have that done, really quick, we are going to make, come on, to make something, and then, but we are going to teach our system. Yeah. Spark augments. We need the dominant. Really? Are you kidding me? Slates. Let's make 10 of you. Why are he used? Really? No idea. Why he always uses the balance charts, but well, that's that. So come on, Slate. Do your thing. You shouldn't be that bad. And of course you cannot. And what is going on with the milk buckets? They are also a little bit derpy and I have really no idea why. Sometimes the whole system seems a little bit derpy. Maybe we craft too much stuff. See, no buckets in there. So, bucket, milk, if we craft 10 of you. Are you doing that? Yeah, you are doing that perfectly. But you are derpy now. He doesn't recognize the milk bucket coming back in and then derps up. Haven't really found out why that's happening, but maybe we should also upgrade to the 1 point something. 1.2.0, which came out a few days or a week ago, something. Not exactly sure. So, how about the slates? Are they done? Yes. So, dominant spark. And what was the other one? Dominant, recessive. Recessive, I think. It should be. Maybe. Probably. So let's see. Dominant and recessive. Yeah. First of all, let's make a recessive. Whoop-de-whoop. And why are you taking so long? Of course, the crafting needs to be. So, you. Let's throw you in here. And you should be fine now. Yes, awesome. So recessive means if... Are you kidding me? Where come those packets from? Where? Why? Are you killing me? So you into there, and now you should suck out the mana to everyone that has a sparker bit. Yes, so that means if we do you and you, And also you should also get some mana. Probably, if we would have still some left. Just once, clicking, yes, you are getting it. Awesome. Yes, haha, perfect. Those will be with dominant, so let's make dominant sparks, 3 of them, and to craft 6, which we cannot do right now, and I have to get rid of those buckets down here. See how many there are? Why do we have millions of coal? What? Are you kidding me? Let's get vacuum chests and get rid of those things, because they are really going into my nerve. So, what was it, a trash can? No, of course we didn't teach our system how to make a trash can. It would be too easy. But we are going to teach it right now, if I spell it wrong or correct. Trash can with a chest. Bam, done, and done. Awesome. Assembler. And I probably also need to get more of our crafting jigmobobs. We probably should also place a filter in there, because otherwise we could lose our stuff, and that's never a good idea. So you, please, can be right here. Our vacuum chest right here, but with a filter for that. And of course you cannot dump out directly. I completely forgot about that. You and you can go away. And warp item duct. Let's use... let's conduit. Because I don't want to use a servo right now. So you, down here... No. Trash can, please. Trash canning all the goods. Where's my heater wrench? On the up face, you are extracting always active. And yeah, you are doing perfectly. Do I have some speed upgrades? No. What are involved? No, not going to make them right now. You can... You are already maximum range. And where are you, Derpy, now? Goodbye, you strange cheat spawned things. What we should have done probably... Why are you here? How come you're here? So, bam, done. Okay, first setup of stuff is done. We of course just need more eggs, which we will do next episode. And I promise you, really, next episode we will also go into some more into the draconic crafting stuff. I promise. It will be the first thing that I show you guys and girls next episode. Now that we have mana and we can auto-craft and can do stuff, it's time. But for now, this one is a not cheated thing. This is when I made the Elven Gateway Core, I got the Botania 20 August. See, not cheat spawned, nothing. But a really quick teaser how the setup is doing over here. Not bad, not bad. And down here we have all the cheat spawns thing. And here, this is the setup for the Draconic Awakening or Awakening Heart Draconic stuff crafting. So for now, I hope you guys and girls enjoyed this episode. And as usual, if you did, I would appreciate if you could drop me a like. And if you are new to the channel, you could consider yourself subscribing. And for now, thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.